Some of the tools you're going to need to cut your dog's nails and the hair on their feet are a pair of dog clippers. I prefer these just because that's what I'm used to. A pair of scissors to cut the dog's fur. Some sort of grinding tool, whether it's made to do dog's paws or even a Dremel to grind any rough edges that you want to get rid of. And a product to stop any bleeding that may happen if you cut the nail too short. Okay, so if you're going to groom your dog's feet, the first thing you want to do, and Elvis's feet are quite overgrown, is brush some of the hair that's between their toes up, and then you're just going to cut it down a little bit. Just like that. Make sure you don't cut your dog's feet. Sometimes they'll get mats. Hold still, Elvis. Sometimes they'll get mats in between the toes. So you just want to check. Alright, you can pull some of that up a little bit. If there's a little mat, you can even take a little, if you have a grooming clipper that out a little bit. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cut the nails. I find it the easiest to bring the foot back, just as if he were a horse. I'll also cut some of that hair out of there. That's a lot of hair. Okay, so in the winter that can get bunched up with ice and snow, make them walk funny. They'll start walking very flat-footed. Okay, so we're just going to cut that away. Be careful you don't cut his pads. You can even pull some of that hair up out of there. Again, if you want to use a pair of clippers, you can, but just be very careful that you don't cut underneath here, because the webbing here is very delicate. Okay, so when you're cutting a nail, you can see where the quick starts. Can you get that? Is it focusing? Mm-hmm. Alright, so you can see where the quick starts. Like it's a pink. And he's easy because he's got the white nails. Elvis, stop. He's also arthritic, so that's why he's kind of fighting me. Alright, so you don't want to cut into that pink part. Alright, when you cut the nails, when the dog is standing, his feet, or his nails, should just be even with his pads. Alright, they should just be touching the table a little bit. His are long. His are starting to, as you can see, go out to the side. Alright, if you don't cut those nails, your dog's toes will start going out and they'll start walking funny. So what we're going to do, got my clippers, and in the beginning you can even just clip a little bit at a time. Just take a little bit off. I've been doing this a long time, so I cut them down pretty far. You can also see, I don't know if you'll be able to get this, stay Elvis, right in the center of the nail there'll be like a little round spot. You probably can't pick that up. That's where the quick also starts. Okay, better side view. You can also take, you have a grinder, and these are one of those grinders you can probably find in any pet store. Take the guard off. Alright, you want to be careful with these. You can use a Dremel also. You want to be careful that you don't get the dog's hair caught in there, because it will get caught and wrapped around. So that's another good reason is to cut the hair first. Okay, if you have a long-haired dog, you've got to be very, very careful. So what you're going to do with the grinder is just very lightly get some of those edges off. And you can actually work on making the quick, or that vein, shorter by taking more of the nail off on the sides and the outside. And what that'll do is leave the quick exposed. And if you do that over time, you can get that quick to get smaller, so you can get your dog's nails shorter. Go around the outside of it. Oh, sorry, Elvis. Yeah, he's having a hard time. He's arthritic. It's hard for him to hold his legs up. So. Okay. And then you have your dog's nails clipped. I'm just going to add a little bit of that hair left. If you do have a bleeder, you can buy a product. Okay, this is it's a quick stop. Alright, and that's to stop if there's any bleeding. So let's say I cut his nail too short. All you're going to do is take a little bit of that stuff and put it right on the end of the nail, put a little pressure on there, and that'll help stop the bleeding. And that's how you cut your dog's nails.